Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about discontinued makeup items that I still love. So before we get into it, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's get into it. Full disclosure, a lot of these are eyeshadow palettes, but let's first talk about the products that are not. So the first product is from Bite Beauty, and this is the Power Move Soft Matte Lipstick in Sugar Buns. So I loved these lipsticks. These are such a comfortable, soft matte formula, so long lasting, and of course they were discontinued when the brand closed earlier this year. You can still go to their Bite Lip Lab, but it's just not the same as being able to just order one of these off of Sephora. So I am really sad about these. I loved these. The next two products are also just recently discontinued because their brand closed as well. So I'm talking about Vesca Beauty. So they just announced, I believe this past week, that the brand was going to be closing. And honestly, I have loved their soft matte bronzing powder. It smells so good. It's almost tropical like the butter bronzer, but it's also got a floral property to it, but it smells so good. It blends beautifully. It looks so beautiful on the skin. This is the shade Kiss by Rio. It's not too warm. It is perfect for my fair skin. I was so sad to hear that I couldn't get this anymore. I mean, I've still got a ton of product left, but I totally would have bought this product again if I managed to use it up. And I absolutely wanted to buy more products from the brand. But I also have the highlighter from the brand in the shade Moonlight. This is their Stargaze Luminous Glow highlighter, and this is the highlight. This is so perfect for my skin tone. I love this highlight so much. This is another one that I haven't used a ton because it was newer to me earlier this year, but I fell in love with it and now I can't get it anymore. The highlight doesn't bother me so much because, I mean, it's not often that we pan highlights, but bronzer bothers me a lot. But I really love these products and I am so sad that very shortly the world will not be able to get Vesca Beauty. Let's move into the eyeshadow palettes. So the first one is from Lorac, and this is their Vintage Glamour palette. This was their holiday palette for 2020, and it is just such a perfect, beautiful, cool tone color story. I love this one so much. I pulled it out again a couple weeks ago and I've been using it and I forgot how much I truly love this palette. I will say these two shimmers on the end are a little bit dry, but everything else in this palette is so beautiful. This is such a beautiful everyday color story. I just love it. I'm so sad that it was limited edition because it's so pretty, and I will say I am getting close to hitting pan in two of the shades, which makes me excited. But as you can probably tell, you really don't get a ton of product in these, so once they're gone, they're gone. But I really loved this palette. Okay, another palette that was limited edition, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Why? Because I feel like the brand would be making a fortune off of it today, is from ABH, and that is the Sultry palette. So first of all, this packaging is still some of the most beautiful eyeshadow packaging. But this color story, this cool tone, beautiful color story is so perfect. I wish they still made this. I wish they still made this because I still reach for it all the time, especially this time of year. This is one of my favorites for this time of year, and this is another one that if somehow I managed to use it all up, or maybe it expired, I would absolutely purchase it again because I really love it. I think it's a great quality palette. I love every look I come out with. It's so pretty, so glamorous. I love this one. And a limited edition palette that actually came out this past summer and you cannot get anymore is from NARS, and this is the Summer Unrated palette. So this was my first experience with NARS eyeshadows. I had no idea how good they are. I fell absolutely madly in love with this palette. This one I used so many times this past summer. I got lucky enough and found it for a discount at Nordstrom Rack, and I used it so much since then. It's so pretty. It's so perfect for every day. It's got neutrals, it's got some warmer shades, and it's got some pinks up here, and it is absolutely perfect. Their formula is so silky and it just blends so easily. These shades are made for each other. They all work so well together. I love this formula. formula, and I can't believe I've been missing out this whole time. And I don't know why I know they keep coming out with the same sort of color stories all the time, but I don't know why they keep doing these limited edition palettes because they're really good. The next palette is one that was a very strange situation. They released it, and then they released a really small one, and then they released a mid-size one, and I think they kept the mid-size. It was very strange, but this is the Tartelette Juicy palette. So this one came out in January, I believe, of 2021, and this is just a beautiful pink color story. This is their Amazonian clay formula, so it smells amazing, but it's just so pinky and pretty, and the browns work well together. The pinks are so beautiful. I love this palette. I don't know why they had to go and mess with it after this came out. Yes, some of the shades are a bit on the repetitive side, so I get why they came out with the kind of midi size, I guess, but I don't know why they didn't just do that to begin with. I have no idea. Either way, I love this palette, and it's truly really beautiful and definitely one of my favorites, especially for springtime. And I hate that I can't recommend this one because I really, really love it. The final palette that has been discontinued that makes me the absolute saddest is the Taupe Beauty Texture Neutrals Volume 1. I talk about this one a lot. It's just one of my all-time favorite palettes. I love this one. It's the color story, it's the layout, it's the textures, everything about it I just love so much. The formula is great. Again, the textures, I feel so glamorous and pretty when I wear this, and I just love this palette to death. So I hate that, one, I cannot get this anymore, and two, that there won't be more, because I would have loved to have picked up every single palette in this range. I would have loved that. These are such great palettes. The packaging is gorgeous. I love the soft touch, the matte black. Everything about this packaging is just perfection. So, of course, I'm super upset that I cannot get this anymore. And that is it. Those are discontinued makeup items that I absolutely love, and I absolutely do not understand why they had to be discontinued. I understand some brands are closing, and my heart goes out to the brands. They really do. But as for the brands that make limited edition palettes, stop. Unless it's a holiday palette, just stop. If it's good, leave it alone. That is it for me today. Thank you so very much for watching. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload at least 3 new videos every single week. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!